All right, guys. So I'm gonna just take some time in showing you to get started as a teacher and to jump into your live class and get right into it. So first thing you want to do when you go to the website is just to sign in as a teacher, right? Then many accounts added, so I just select one. You may be asked to actually create an account, right? Which is fine too, meaning sign into your Google, which is fine too. But once you have done that, you will be taken to this screen. You want to select yes, okay? And then these are my classes, right? Now, once you're here, you will actually see any live or upcoming classes showing up here. If it doesn't say live now, you won't be able to join, guys, right? You know, you will see live and upcoming classes here, and then these are all the classes that I've added. Now, notice this one says live now, which corresponds to this particular one, chemistry grade 10. So I'm just gonna go into that class, right? And once you go into the class, right, you will see all your class sections here, right? But you will see one that says live now. Now, the one that says live now pretty much is the one that you will be able to actually jump into immediately, right? But it will always, once it's live, it will always be at the top. But if it's not live, you may see this thing here, which are class sessions, this thing being blue, right? But guys, just to point out, you will always be able to join the class 30 minutes before, right? So you'll always be able to join this class here 30 minutes before, and you can go to start, and then it will show up. Now, if you're seeing this in blue and you're not seeing anything at the top, you will be able to kind of click on one of these in order to see this. Just look for upcoming, and once you see any of these tagged as upcoming, you can click on it, and then you'll be able to join 30 minutes before. Now let's see how we actually jump into sessions, right? So I'm just gonna go launch. All right, you want to ensure that this dialog box comes up, and then you click on open Zoom. If nothing prompts from the browser, which is this, click here. You can click here to launch, right? Now you must have Zoom already downloaded, right? So we're assuming that you have Zoom downloaded. You can click on that little button there, or if this doesn't show up, but we're gonna click that since mine has shown up. And then what will happen then is that it will open Zoom. Just keep an eye on this thing right here. So you see Zoom has been opened, right? And then I can always join with computer audio, right? So you can join with computer audio. I'm not going to join now since I'm recording this video via computer audio, but you need to click on this. I'm just going to exit right here. And you should be seeing yourself. Notice we've added the polling feature. And just a little on that polling feature, right? Once you click on polls, it will ask you to do many things such as edit, but it will take you to the Zoom website, which you should be signed in, and you'll be able to kind of do a poll. So, right, what is the capital of Jamaica, right? So this is your question. Sorry, I had it in the wrong place. Right, so enter the name for this poll. So my first poll, right, we could enter my first poll, and the capital could be, let's say, Spanish Town, Halfway Tree, right, Kingston, right, and then sorry, yeah, and then Kingston. Okay, and then once you hit save right here, it had the poll here, but when you come back to Zoom right here, it will be available. Now your students won't be able to see this poll until you've actually launched the poll, right? So once you launch the poll, it will say first poll is in progress, and it will tell you how many persons have submitted, and then you can end it, right? So this is number one. I'm just gonna end my poll right now. Okay. So your students would be seeing this at this time, and they are able to respond, and you can share the live results with the students, and then you could relaunch the poll. But I'm just gonna close this out. Once you have that, we've added a reaction thing as well, that you could just clap students, or you could just put a thumbs up, that sort of thing. This reaction is available to students that they can use. All right, so this keeps coming up, and because I've not activated my audio, but that's fine. Now, you don't want to send an invite. If you send an invite, guys, they will be asked to enter a password. Never use this invite button, right? Never use it. Always ask your students to log on online and join. That also helps us with tracking to see how many students attended the class, so we can report it to ministry. But if you ask them to join here, it will ask them for a password because of a system configuration that we've implemented to guard against that. We may even remove this button. You can manage participants here as well. Manage participants means that, and let me just kind of move this here, means that you can do things such as mute persons on entry, allow participants to unmute themselves. You want to have that unchecked, right? You don't want participants to be able to unmute themselves, right? Allow participants to unmute themselves, allow participants to rename themselves, that's okay, but you want to mute them on entry. And we have some other controls. Never stop recording, guys. It's always important that these are recorded. It's for quality assurance purposes and to ensure the students can watch it at the end. You have the chat that's right here, as we mentioned, that you could say "I world," right? Okay. You have the chat. You have the option of sharing screen right here. We went through the polling. As teachers, we want you to show your face because the students need to be able to see you, right? You have the share screen right here where you can share your screen. Now let's say I was actually doing a PowerPoint, right? Notice PowerPoint is open right here, right? And let's say I wanted to teach math. So I'm still on my PowerPoint, okay? And I would have opened it here, right? Now at this point, I'm not sharing my screen. This is PowerPoint. I'm not sharing my screen, right? But when I go back to Zoom, okay, let's do that again. When I go back to Zoom, I can share my screen, and then I can select a screen to share, or I can share pretty much everything, right? Meaning I can share my entire screen. Now, what I want to do is just to share, and I could share my camera only, for example, as well, right? Now, what I want to do is to share this screen, or you should see an option to share screen, right? You want to share your entire screen. That way, the students can see everything you're doing, but you could only share your PowerPoint if you want, so that anything else that you're doing, your students won't actually see, right? Which is very important. So this is my PowerPoint, it's up. You want to start the slideshow, right? You want to start the slideshow by simply starting right here, okay? You want to start, and then obviously you can use this pen down here to write if you need to write. We're getting the writing tablets today, so that should not be a problem. And then you can erase, right? So that's that. When you're through with this PowerPoint, you can either click escape, just as you would do normally, and you would normally click escape, and then you're done. Now going back to Zoom, I'm still sharing my screen. Notice that when you're sharing your screen, this thing comes up and it's gonna disappear like that and then reappear. So when you're in your PowerPoint teaching, it always will be on the top. You see that? And then when you hover over it, but the students are not seeing this, right? The students are not seeing this, right? And what you want to do is, if you need to do anything, you just hover, and then you'll be able to manage participants and all of these things that we've just kind of mentioned. You can also mute everyone and make sure that this button is unchecked, which allows them to actually restart or to unmute themselves. You can unmute everyone. You don't want to do that. It will be very disruptive, but you can unmute persons one by one. And so you will have access to these controls, right? And then you can always stop share. When you stop share, it will always default back to Zoom. And then this will be your view, and you'll be seeing yourself here. If I turn on my camera, then I'll be seeing myself. Now, importantly, guys, I'm just going to show you something that I don't want you to do today, right? If I were to, so notice I'm the only one in the class, and you will be when you join the class 30 minutes before the scheduled time. But notice I'm the only one in the class. If I'm the only one in the class and I were to either exit it or end it, or my computer would have turned off, I want you to see something online. So this is my classroom. Notice the class is here to join. If I reload, it's still going to be there. right? Sorry, let me just go back online. If I reload, it's still gonna be there. But if you were to go to Zoom and let's say you close Zoom or you came out, I'm not even gonna end it. I'm just gonna leave the meeting. And what will happen online if you reload here, you'll realize that pretty much this thing would have ended. And this is exactly what took place yesterday. So to guard against that, never leave your meeting, and we're going to ensure that someone is in your classroom session with you. So guys, that's kind of, just a quick bit from us, right, in terms of some ideas as to pull you through the day today to make sure that you have a very successful day. Obviously, we want you to start adding content and using it. We've also made a little change here to how you add content. So you can add, never add the live videos. Allow us to do that. So while you have the power to do it, please don't use it, right? Because it does affect the timetable. We're going to disable this if we're seeing teachers are using it. You can do assignments, surveys, quizzes, announcement. You can add YouTube videos. You can upload from your Google Drive, upload from device, enter URL, and we're adding more features here in terms of where you can get content from. So this is it. But the first thing you want to do is just to make sure that you create your section, right? So let's say section 10, right? And then once you create your section here, right to your left, this is how you're building out your content now, right? So this is the section right here. It asks you to add your lessons. This is how you kind of organize your content, or you could just click on add content here. If I wanted to add a YouTube video, for example, let's say in algebra, okay, you could just click on that, but you will still need to add your topic, right? So whether you add it before or after, you must add it. Let's say topic 1, and your topic will show up here so that it's organized. YouTube, right? Okay, and then once you add this bit, right, it shows up here. Notice the topic was created, and then you can always collapse this and so on. Now once you're through teaching your class, guys, I want to ensure that you're clear. Remember that class that we just ended? This is the class right here, right? I have a number of them that I have not logged, but this is the one for 729. You remember that one? This is the one for 729 that just ended, and then you can always click on that to log the stream, right? And you want to enter your stream report, what was covered. I covered, X, Y, and Z, and give a little comment about how the class went. I liked this class, but we continue to improve, right? You go next. Any issues with the software, you can tell us. Were discussion questions posted? We want to keep the students engaged, so it's important that you post discussion forum questions. Was the lesson plan predefined 2 days in advance? Did you respond to any questions from students in your inbox? And you can always access your inbox, guys, from just coming here and then going my messages, right? So that's how you access your inbox. And then, yeah, you could just submit. Now, once you've submitted this, you will get an email confirming the submission, right? And you'll be able to see exactly what you've submitted, when you've submitted it, that sort of thing, right? So pretty much this is the update from our side, guys. We believe that you should be okay now. After watching this video, you should be okay. You can also view the live timetable here as well, and you'll see everything that's going on for the different timetables and so on. By the way, I'm in Bahamas, not Jamaica, so that's why you're not seeing the classes here. And yeah, I think this is the first video. We'll be sure to make more videos just to show you around and kind of give you a walk through the platform. But guys, have fun. If you use this create class feature, by the way, this will only create a private class. You won't have things such as live classes or anything like that. So, be sure not to create any of these classes thinking it's a public class. Public classes can only be created by us. All right, guys, have a good day. It's Ricardo from One on One, and have fun teaching today.